Hello everybody, Revan Magus here, and today we will be going over sprinklers in Stardew Valley. Sprinklers are one of the most important farmer's aids when it comes to having a massive, large farm. We're going to go into a deep dive on this one, on each different type of the sprinkler that you can buy, create, invest in, and basically which are worth your time. Also, if you enjoy this video, please be sure to subscribe. Alright, so in Stardew Valley, there are three types of sprinklers. There is the regular sprinkler, the quality sprinkler, and the Iridium Sprinkler. Each sprinkler functions basically the same way, except for how much of an area they will actually cover on your farm. Alright, so first off, we have the regular sprinkler. It's unlocked at level 2 of the farming, and it can be crafted using 1 copper bar and 1 iron bar. Now, bars can be smelted at the furnace using 5 pieces of each of the respective ores. So for copper ore, those can be found at the lowest levels of the mine. Pretty much right as you get into it, you'll start finding copper. Or they can be purchased at the blacksmiths for 75 gold in year 1. Each bar, once you're throwing into the furnace, takes about 30 minutes. And if you basically purchase every single ore, it would cost you around 375 to craft a bar. Now the iron ore can be found around floors 40 to 80 of the mine. You can also purchase these from the blacksmith for about 150 gold each. So each bar takes about 2 hours in game to smelt. And if you were to basically purchase each ore from the blacksmith from Cliff, it would cost you 750 gold per bar. So for each sprinkler, the total cost would basically average around 1,125 gold and 2 hours and 30 minutes in-game time to smelt everything. The quality sprinkler is the next one up. It is unlocked at level 6, farming. It can be crafted using 1 iron bar, 1 gold bar, and 1 refined quartz. The bars can once again be smelted for 5 of the ore, so pretty standard, same as the last one. Iron ore can be found basically around, like I said, 40 to 80 in the mine, purchased from the blacksmith for 150 in year 1, take 2 hours to smelt, and if you're basically going to purchase every single ore, it would be about 750. Now, gold ore is a lot more difficult. It's found at the higher levels of the mine, so pretty much floor 80 and above. Or you can purchase it for 400 gold each in year 1. So if you're trying to craft a bar just by purchasing it, it would take 5 hours in game time to smelt it all. And each of those ores combined would cost you around 2,000 gold. Now, the last component is the refined quartz, which also needs to be smelted in the furnace. You can use regular quartz, and it takes about an hour and 30 minutes in game time. Now, if you're having a hard time finding quartz in the mine, which it's pretty much standard floor 1 through all the way, you can also use glass or broken CDs to basically recycle them, and then you'll get quartz and smelt it that way. So for each sprinkler, the total cost is around 2,750 gold, and it takes about 8 hours and 30 minutes in game time to smelt everything. Now, if you have the money, you can also go to the traveling cart, and they'll randomly have it in stock. This rotates through, so it's not always going to be there every single time. And the price fluctuates from 1,300 to around 2,300, anywhere in between there. Now the final sprinkler is the Iridium Sprinkler. It is unlocked at level 9, farming, and be crafted using 1 gold bar, 1 iridium bar, and 1 battery pack. Once again, bars have to be smelted using 5 of the ore. We already talked about gold ore being found after floor 80, or you can purchase it for 400 gold, so it's still the same 5 hours in game time to smelt, and would cost you around 2,000 if you're purchasing each one. So we've gone all over that. Now, iridium ore is where it gets difficult. These can be found in geodes, if you're lucky, the Omni geodes, or in the Skull Cavern at the lower floors. Once you get down pretty deep, you'll start to get iridium every once in a while. It's also, the ore is rarely sold at the traveling cart, but there is a limited quantity again. And each bar, when you have a smelt, it takes about 8 hours. Since the ore is not really sold at a standard price and it can fluctuate and all that, there's really no way to calculate the exact cost of it. Now, the final component is actually really difficult, the battery packs. And these are obtained from building a lightning rod and having it struck by lightning during the thunderstorm. You can also get really lucky, and once again, the traveling cart might have them for between 1,500 to 2,500. So for each sprinkler, you're looking at an average cost of around 13 hours in game. And that's just for the 2 bars. That doesn't count like the thunderstorm, all that. And potentially around 10,000 gold. Now the big thing is on Fridays, if you've unlocked the sewers and have Krobus, you can buy a single Iridium Sprinkler for 10,000 gold. So that's probably going to be the easiest way to get them, just because you don't have to have the components, you don't have to like craft it, anything like that. Now moving on, what does each sprinkler do? Well, a regular base sprinkler will end up watering right above it, right below it, and right to the left, right to the right. So it only hits 4 spaces. The quality sprinkler gets 1 space every space around it. So it ends up watering 8 spaces. Now, the big one is the Iridium one. Now this one waters 2 spaces all around itself, which is absolutely massive, and that's just a huge bonus. You can reach plants that you shouldn't be able to reach as easily, so it hits a lot of different areas. Now, how much experience do you need to basically get to each level of farming, to even get the crafting skills unlocked? Because you actually have to, level up. So to get level 2, you are going to need 380 experience, and as you can see on the chart, it would require you to basically harvest 48 parsnips over the course of the game, which is huge. Now, once you get that, shouldn't be too bad. Your next level, level 6, would require you to plant and harvest 413 parsnips, get 3,300 experience. And finally, level 9 would require you to plant like 1,250 parsnips, which is 10,000 experience. So it's no easy task when you're doing that portion. Now, in spring, as you can see, each different crop is worth a different amount of experience. So this is the breakdown. Parsnips kind of fall right in the lower brackets, so there are fruits and vegetables that you can plant that give you a little bit more of a boost, but might take a little bit longer to actually grow. And once again, in summer, this switches over. There's some different ones in summer that you can grow, just to kind of see what the experience breakdown is. And finally, over into fall, you can see these are the other ones. Fall kind of gives you more experience all around, which is nice in general. Now the difference is when you get into winter, there isn't the option to grow crops unless you have the greenhouse unlocked. So if you hit that portion, it's going to be a lot harder to actually have anything to level up your farming. But once again, you're not going to be able to do farming during winter, so really it's kind of a null point. So now that we've broken down every different type of sprinkler, looked into each one, what is worth your time and investment? The regular sprinkler that only hits 4 spots, I cannot see an actual point to this. There's not enough value. To build them costs way too much money for the value that you're going to get. So on average, when you look at the regular sprinkler and you look at how much time is used to water a single spot. So to water a single spot, you're hitting 0.88 seconds. That is the animation time that goes through it. So on average, when you're doing that for the 4 spaces, you're saving an average of 3.52 seconds. not a huge amount of time. Now, when you get into the quality sprinkler, you're doubling the amount of time you're saving. So this is basically you're saving 7 seconds of watering to basically make your space to get all these watered. Now finally, you have the Iridium. And since the Iridium ends up watering 24 spaces, when you times that by the 0.88, you're saving 21 seconds. This is a huge amount of time because, I mean, that's just a massive amount. 21 seconds of not watering saves you a good amount of time in game. Now, so for basically each of these, what you have to consider is 10 minutes in game is equal to about 7 seconds. So if you are saving 7 seconds with the quality one, you're saving 10 in-game minutes of watering. Now when you move that up to the Iridium, you are saving half an hour. So you can definitely see where animation time is cut a lot when you have these sprinklers. The base sprinkler only saves you around 5 seconds, which isn't really worth your time. And the layout ends up becoming so awkward because of the shape of the regular sprinkler. You're only able to get that 4. And it doesn't really, like, it requires you to really weirdly lay out regular sprinklers to end up even helping. So once you hit the regular sprinklers, that's where the value starts to come into place, and you can end up really making your money back because you're saving so much time in game. You're saving 10 minutes per sprinkler that you have set up. And once again, Iridium ends up doing it more. So my suggestion is ignore the regular sprinkler entirely. Don't even bother with it. Go with the quality, go with the Iridium, and that's where you'll start saving your time, having that massive farm boost. But this has been a really in-depth look into the sprinkler system, how much it saves you, what's your cost, what's your value over time, that kind of stuff. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I hope it was as informative for you guys as it was for me to make. And if you want to see more of this, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, and let me know. And until next time, this is Revan saying I will catch you later.